I read a cheeky question posed online: who is more brilliant, Einstein or John von Neumann? Or for that matter, who is or was the smartest person ever? The question and its answer is of course immediately pointless, because we don't know, and how can we measure such things, and measure everyone that has ever lived? My real intrigue here is how many geniuses survived life, survived towards accomplishment, survived the brutality of life, or politics, sickness, or dismissive academic systems, closed doors. I suppose some of them lost the way of their gift, by the lethargy of disinterest, or the teachings of doubt. A single thought of doubt or fear had objected to their intellect, and spread out to design a lesser path. Einstein survived, mostly, but I suppose one can say he was hunted by the dangers of World War II. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche was chased by some monster in an anomalous abyss, in the distance, and perhaps the devil himself. There was William Sidis, whose genius was chased by strange obsession, and like Friedrich Nietzsche, he could not find the greater, or simpler, equation of life, being resistance to theism, or God, and his farthest reach for such an equation touched only the narrow scope of some libertarianism, some derivative of socialism. There was Marie Curie, who had won 2 Nobel Prizes, whose flame of genius was put out by the pale skin of a blood condition. I suppose I am intrigued by these remarkable people and their minds. There is the old giant, Edward Witten, who, it appears from the view of my ignorance, had survived unscathed from the adversities of life, until one day, in a lecture hall, when a brave student asked him, in so many words, "What is the point of all your marvelous publishing of papers? Why don't you use your genius to help little humanity?" Well, the student's question, and its demand, is probably unfair. The great John von Neumann survived towards acknowledgement, and what a magnificent brain he had. The only sign that his brain was that of a mortal was the presence, it is said, of deep-seated self-doubt. Some of his peers, or friends, conceived that von Neumann did not think in terms of visual logic, that is calculating like we would, a thing next to a thing, but thought in a way that was described as abstract logic. But it seems to me that the words, abstract logical deduction, is not explanatory enough, even as it tries. Can the mind think intuitively, cosmically, touching answers in the beyond by a sort of feeling? But if this is true, then our consciousness nears spirituality, and spirituality nears God, and I wonder why von Neumann did not spot this. Regarding the equation of life, he did say many things are easier to explain if there is a God, than if there isn't. And I wonder here why the triumph of his brain could in the end only conclude to this true, but feeble, equation.